If you're on video, hey, you didn't get any bells and whistles because we're relatively snowed in again because Pittsburgh apparently loves to get snowed in on Mondays. So here we are. I canceled everything in the studio. It hit about almost 6 o'clock. I looked out the window, canceled everything that was going to happen in the studio, and we're here again. So we're back at it. But with me, wherever you are following us, with me from Beacon, New York. He doesn't leave his house anyways. He's all set. I'm the only one that decides I want to go 3 blocks away, up hills both ways in the middle of the snow to do this kind of stuff. Apparently, but from his home compound is Mad Mike.
Hi, Sorg.
Hi.
I don't go anywhere.
You don't go anywhere.
I stay here. I play Spider-Man, and I build Legos. Would you like to see the Lego update?
Yes, let's see the Lego update.
Alrighty. I have finished the entire set of Seinfeld.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it's great.
I did actually call somebody's getting the Festivus pull out tomorrow because I have an airing of grievances on Awesome Cast tomorrow.
So, really?
As far as I got a problem. I got a problem with my my Apple Watch ring counting situation now that I actually have been paying a lot of attention to it. So that's a thing that's been happening. But anyways, but that's not what this is about. Is it, Mike? Is that what we're doing? Is that what this show is?
This show is about everything.
Everything.
In some ways, we're the opposite of Seinfeld.
It's the podcast about everything as opposed to the podcast about nothing, but also sometimes nothing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of nothing, how was Raw tonight?
Funny story. Got home from work. And the wife was like, "Hey, do we have to watch wrestling during dinner?" I'm like, "No, we don't have to. DVR's got it. It'll be fine."
Because sometimes, even if the wife loves wrestling, being married to us, they get a little bit oversaturated, let's say, with the wrestling.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. So I watched Euphoria.
I mean, it is. We do both watch and participate in wrestling as if it's our jobs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. We see a lot of wrestling, but so we watched Euphoria while we ate dinner, and went to go to the old DVR to see Cowboy Brock from the gifts and the pics I can see, and DVR is like, "Hey, you didn't want to watch Raw."
No,
not that first hour.
Anyway. Of course not. No.
But judging by the Twitter feed, apparently we missed Cowboy Brock.
Okay.
Which I think he is just transitioning into every side character on Peewee's Playhouse.
You think he's a big Pee-wee's fan? I bet he. Yeah, no, I see it.
It wouldn't shock me.
Oh no, absolutely not.
If he comes out as a mailman next week, or like the King of Cartoons,
dude, I can't wait.
It's gonna happen.
I can't wait for Genie Week. Mecha Lecca High, Mecha Hiney Ho. Holy crap! I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mike. Have I ever told you about the time I went to SeaWorld and they had a Pee Wee Herman Super Show?
No.
I thought it was fucking Pee Wee Herman until they announced at the end that he was an impersonator. But it was the SeaWorld that's not there out there in Aurora, Ohio, across from the old Geauga Lake, eventually Six Flags, right? And and it was like that light show kind of thing where they would do it was on the lake where they would do the ski show earlier in the day, but it was the night show, the night light show. And a UFO landed laser thing, on one of the things out there, and it was Pee Wee Herman-ness, and that was great.
Okay. But, what was the secret word?
I don't remember. Dude, I was like 6 or 7 probably. When was that show on again? Let's see. When was Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Or not that one. Pee-wee
Big
Playhouse.
Top Pee-wee? Big Top Pee-wee?
No. Pee-wee's Playhouse, because it's during the show. Because honestly, here's the other thing. Here's the other Pee-wee here's the other Sorg secret. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I would never watch because I watched it once and it scared the crap out of me.
Fair enough. I'm that way with E.T.
Do you know? Which scene in Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
I'm assuming Large Marge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just broke me. Absolutely broke me. I'm like, nope, I'm out. Scary claymation, I'm out. Give me some California raisins.
We heard it through the grapevine.
Oh man, there's only like so many of our audience are going to get this. We are going to talk about GCW. I saw it mentioned in the chat room. I would like to talk about Warrior 18 that happened with Ospreay and Cage at the most interesting arena yet that I've had an opportunity to produce in. And I'm sure a couple other things happened this weekend.
I saw Scream.
You saw Scream. I haven't watched the fourth one, so.
You don't need to.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Although, you should watch it after you've seen this one.
So watch 5 and then go back and watch 4?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to watch it solo because the wife is not the little bit interested. I realized I watched probably all of the Screams, with a different girlfriend or something. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the years or something. Because I'm like, you sure we didn't see him? She's like, no, we've never seen him. I'm like, but I've seen 3 of them. That's impossible.
Well, you saw him with Chachi.
That
was the other girlfriend.
Yes, Chachi was the other girlfriend, and in some cases still is. So, oh god, dude, I'm so vibing between the show I did and the show that my friends got to do. I'm sorry. So, but before that, we got to talk about Raw and what happened.
I mean, we don't really, not much.
So did you see what I shared? Where did I share that? I shared it on Twitter.
There was a spelling bee, Sorg.
Oh, okay. So this is the thing. So I'm looking at, from the stuff this weekend, and I've been thinking a lot about how GCW has what it has going into that show, and then I'm thinking about how Warrior has no storylines, and it's just, hey, here's some baller matches, let's freaking see what's happening, right? And then I think about AEW, hey, here's all the beach break things. Also, I do love the thing where apparently the lights out match also means the sun is out. As in the sun is gone in their graphics. Yeah. Somebody pointed that out on Twitter. I love that. But and then I got the email today, as we all do, because we all subscribe to WWE, email list. I apparently 2 of my email accounts do. I get twice. And I shared it, and let me see if I can pull it up, because it was the champion match face to face, Brock and Bobby, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then it was what, Maurice's birthday party, was it?
Maurice's birthday party. That was the main event.
And then there was an alpha academic challenge.
Yes.
Not a single matchup was advertised. Now, to be fair, if they advertise a matchup, it's probably something I've seen a million times anyways. Because somehow with that deep roster, we still have repeats on a weekly episodic television show. Which has been my issue with WWE. Amongst the issues. 1999, so that's Pee-wee's Playhouse. So I'm sorry. I'm still on the Pee-wee Urban thing. Let's see, that ran 86 to 91, so I could have been anywhere from 5 to 10.
Sounds about right.
Probably on the lower end of that. So what wrestles were there tonight on the wrestling program, supposedly?
I honestly don't remember. No, yes. But the
and of course we're building the Rumble. Okay,
yeah, the first hour of the show I didn't get to see. My DVR did not capture it. By the time I watched Raw, we were in the middle of a Chad Gable Randy Orton match, which was good. Yeah, I mean it's Chad Gable and Randy Orton, 2 guys who are really good at what they do. There was the Street Profits versus the Mysterios. It was fine. I don't recall seeing a women's match at all on the show. I think there might have been one in the first hour, but Becky and Doudrop had a talk off.
A talk off?
Yeah, just a promo segment.
There's a promo segment. Hi.
Just a promo segment, yeah.
Hi, I'm Becky, I'm great. And then, hi, I'm Doudrop, I'm going to kick your ass.
Well, no, it was more like, hi, I'm Becky, I'm great.
Oh, there's a lot of actions happening.
Hey, I'm Doudrop, I'm also great.
All right, we're getting some. Yeah. We're gonna get some emails.
That's fine.
That's some thumbs down right there on the YouTube, I'm sure. But anyways,
that's Garza. He doesn't count.
It's Garza. Garza, we know you're hiding out there on YouTube.
Yeah, every time.
Well, now he doesn't say anything because he knows I got the chat rooms up for all the YouTubes. I got them all in front of me, all the chat rooms, everything except Twitter. Maybe he's hiding on Twitter. Garza.
Ooh.
Garza.
Are you hiding on Twitter? But yeah, honestly, I don't remember any other matches. I don't I think there was a. I think I saw in the first hour there was a Damian Priest versus Kevin Owens U.S. title match,
Okay.
but it sounded like it ended in a DQ or something because that's what Damian Priest does now. He releases the Damian.
He releases the Damien. Yeah. Because I'll drop in and like I hear the commentary. I'm like, what do you mean? Which side? What? Like he's got a split personality or something? What are we doing here?
Yeah, they're trying to do a split personality with someone who can't act. So that
Mm,
doesn't work out. Um. Oh, Tina says there was a 6-woman tag.
okay.
Okay, I didn't see it. Um. Let's see if I had to guess. Oh, this will be a fun guessing game. Tina can tell me if I'm right. Oh yeah, Austin Theories and AJ Styles had a match tonight for reasons, I guess. I'm gonna guess the 6-woman tag was Rhea Ripley, Dana Brooke, and Liv against Nikki, Carmella, and Zelina. Tina will be able to tell me if we're right.
Okay.
That's my guess though.
I imagine Mike again. I have not watched a lot of the WWE programming in the last few weeks. I've seen some clips on YouTube. Um, tell me right or wrong because we're in the lead up. Royal Rumble is this weekend. Saturday, remember, guys. Every time, but like, hey, is anybody coming over to the studio? And they're like, is that Saturday? Is that really Saturday?
It's Saturday.
Um, and I think, okay. So have we been ad nauseum explained how the Royal Rumble works?
Not really.
No, not bad.
No, not really. And you know what's funny? Like I didn't see the first hour of Raw, so this was the night I wanted replays of what happened in the first hour. Didn't
Okay.
get jack.
Okay. So, dude,
It was Carmella, Nikki, and Tamina.
have we been getting?
You always forget Tamina.
Have we been getting? Did we get the everybody in the ring Royal Rumble? Some people are randomly.
No, that'll
thrown out.
happen on Friday.
They'll happen on Friday. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that is the bigger show now.
Yeah. The only thing we got tonight was Dominic tried to throw Ray over the top rope, but Ray's too smart for him.
We're like, oh, if this was Saturday, if this was Saturday, it would have been an elimination. Royal Rumble.
But yeah, that'll probably be Friday.
And I understand you're explaining it for new people that have never seen this before.
Mm-hmm. Especially Friday has, hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to the Rumble.
Oh boy. Oh, I forgot that was.
Although I have to say, Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn work really well together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They have fun segments.
I've never seen a Jackass movie. I realize.
Are you what?
I'm pretty sure I've never watched a Jackass movie.
Oh, Sorg, you should.
Are they on anything I can watch them on? Maybe I'll throw them on the next couple.
Probably Paramount Plus, if I had to guess.
That feels like that does feel like a Paramount Plus
because I believe they're all MTV movies.
Yeah, they are. You're right.
I'm checking right now.
Yeah, I'm loading the app too. But I mean,
I don't see them actually.
I got to be really bored if I'm going to be using my. I don't know. I got to watch something because I paid for my AMC stubs for the month, and there's been like nothing. The only thing I saw was the 355, which was okay, but the explanation was bullshit for the title.
Isn't that where Cage is from?
The 355?
No, it's the 559.
The 559. I don't know. I didn't hear. Kirby is a great announcer at Warrior, but Kirby, I love you, but you are no Melissa Santos.
No, I mean, to be fair, who is?
I mean, yes, exactly. So
yeah,
I don't know. Just SEAL team stuff. Wait, is that the Angel? Is that the Bones guy in the SEAL team show? David Boreanaz.
David Boreanaz.
Yeah, that guy. Anyway, sorry. Okay, I'm getting distracted by my Paramount.
It's okay. Raw wasn't that interesting. It just wasn't.
I really gotta catch up on my stuff.
I did like SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
I like SmackDown.
At least on paper, like SmackDown, like I look at the clips that popped up on YouTube, and they were. I think I clicked on a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, the SmackDown stuff was pretty good.
Yeah, it does feel like the more interesting stuff is happening over there. So whatever that means.
Because you have Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and then even more. I mean, I just Like nobody's saying good things about NXT, and I'm just gone. It is so interesting that we're relegated to the. I'm literally talking to Chachi last night, and I'm like, "Hey, here's the show from this weekend. I think you're going to really like it. I want you to see what we did." And mostly as a, he does. Chachi does. I don't know if people know this, but Chachi does live production now. He hasn't been streaming, but he's been doing the live, like directing for like the Rise Wrestling shows. So we've been really kind of, touching base on like some of the production stuff, and he's like, yeah, I gotta catch up on stuff because I still gotta watch like half of AEW from last week. I gotta catch up on MLW. I have to, and I'm starting to watch some of this NWA stuff. And I'm like, shit, dude. I did not even interested. I was like, hey, come over to Rumble. It's the Rumble, and he's like, yeah.
He still won't go back and finish Lucha Underground.
I don't know. It practically lives everywhere else. But oh, geez, I'm trying to finish Raw before I start talking because that leads me into some other things. Anything else from Raw? Anything else worthwhile?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm still excited by the Rumble because it's the Rumble.
The Rumble's a Rumble, and I think that's the thing. I think
honestly, the matches at the Rumble look fucking stacked.
Yeah.
I'm confident it's gonna be a fun show on Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm very confident.
I wasn't disappointed in the day one was worth taking my time to watch. And potentially exposing myself to COVID with a couple of people that were there, apparently. So Royal Rumble, yeah, completely COVID riskable. But anyways, but no, it's I mean, Rumble, like WWE has just turned in, like, it's not for me. It's not marketed for me. They're making some interesting decisions, and it's just like, cool. I'll catch up with your big shows. I'll see you at WrestleMania, man. That's fine. I've become the fly by night, the general fan.
I'm gonna be really curious because they also announced that NXT is going to have a show during WrestleMania weekend.
No,
I think so.
I am really curious how that goes.
Yeah, I'm very curious as well.
It's going to be the first time that NXT has toured since before COVID. And I don't even know how soon before COVID, because they were
running Orlando for a while before.
Like what, War Games maybe before?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, like whatever the big takeover before COVID was, which was probably, maybe they had something in January.
Hold on, now I'm going. Look, now you got.
What was the last more than Full Sail show that they've done? Which I did, which I was at, which I closed down. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, now on that. All right, now I'm gonna check. All right, so the last one, the last one was NXT Takeover Portland. Because in your house, Portland was February 16th, 2020. So it was right before everything shut down.
Right before everything shut down, and that was not paired with a pay-per-view, was it?
I don't believe so.
Like it was
you want a blast from the past? You want me to run down this card?
Real quick.
Match 1. Keith Lee defeats Dominic Dijakovic for the North American title.
Oh, the T-Bar fan is ringing in my head right now from that whole show.
Okay. Dakota Kai beat Tegan Knox in a street fight, which I remember was really good.
Yes, it was.
I'm pretty sure at least half of all of these matches are gone. Not just from NXT, from the company.
Yeah.
Finn Balor beat Johnny Gargano.
Half gone. Yep.
Oh, okay. No, this one, they're both still there. Rhea Ripley beat Bianca Belair by pinfall for the women's title.
Okay, and they're in a decent spot relatively.
And the Broserweights won the tag team championship from the Undisputed Era.
The Broserweights. Oh man.
Yeah. And the main event, Adam Cole beat Ciampa for the NXT title.
Jeez. So, but no, that's fine. I mean,
that's wild.
Technically,
that's wild.
Technically, I don't think Sorgatron Boragana and I Am Dead. Sorgatron said Boragana and I Am Dead. What the hell is happening right now?
Where is that?
Oh,
I don't
Ronnie
see
Nicole. Ronnie Nicole apparently is watching the show. Hi.
Oh, okay.
Sunday sessions coming up in February. Look for it on IndyWrestling.us. But oh geez, where am I at with things? So, all right, that's enough about WWE. I gotta finish AEW. Some good stuff. Just good scenes. All the faces that are popping up over there, of course. Can we talk about before we talk about Warrior Wrestling? Let's talk about GCW. You watched the first little bit of it.
I'm 2/3 in.
2/3? Is that 2/3 in? Really?
Yeah, I'm 2 hours deep.
You're gonna hate the end of it, by the way. Everybody hates the end of it. They got screwed.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! I didn't like a lot of the show.
So this is my first full show watching GCW. Of course, all of us see it, all of the crazy stuff on Twitter and everything, and I find that entertaining. And a lot of what I see of it has not been, and I'm not, and this is not the, and babe, I want to state this right now. None of this is to minimize what GCW is doing.
Oh, hell
no. Because as we talk
not.
about it, you're going to find the parallels of something else. Something that
they sold out the Hammerstein without announcing.
Yes.
That's impressive.
That's Moxley wasn't Moxley, their champion, wasn't announced because he's still in the middle of his let's just call it a sabbatical. And it's a whole other discussion that I was hoping to have on a different podcast today before the snow came. But I mean the brand that they've built. And full disclosure, my video production Yoda, Mike Moran, has been working with GCW for I think well over a year. Not every show, but a lot of the big ones I know he's been involved with. And he's the one that I worked with. I was came out from an XPW way back to the Prime Wrestling days. I worked with him on some the Resolution pay-per-views. Pay-per-view? I think I only did one of them with him and everything like that. He's to blame for me being at Warrior Wrestling, honestly. But so I'm watching. I'm like, we got home in time from South Bend yesterday, despite all the snow, and I was like, I gotta get the GCW pay-per-view. I gotta see what he does. I know like all the cameramen on this. I've worked with all of them. Like I gotta see how my guys do. You know, I don't know. I think I was more cheering on the production team than I was the show itself. I mean, to be real, like that's where I was with it, right? So I'm watching this thing, and again, and I did pick up, and I never finished it. I actually watched it after last night's show, because I picked up the aftermath one that was Joey Janela versus Suzuki. Because I had credits that were expiring on Fight, and I just used it to buy it because it's the one I could afford from that weekend. Because I think it was in our big show the night before, but like I think it was Suzuki and Moxley or something. So I'm watching this, and of course they're in the Hammerstein, and my God, he had so many cameras. I was jealous of the production setup he had there. And actually, I had a talk with Mike earlier this evening, and he's still glowing over it. They killed it last night. And I think it's the second time that he's done a production on actual pay-per-view, to which he I think the other one was probably MMA or boxing or something too, because he does a lot of MMA and boxing, like I've been starting to do too. But anyways, the show itself, I didn't realize it was a pre-show, so I'm starting to watch like Flash, and I pull up the Fight app to make sure my order's going through, and it's like, oh shit, they're live now, pre-show. So partway in the Rumble, we're watching it. Mike, what I appreciate about GCW is it's a dirty show.
Oh yeah,
it's a dirty fuck you indie company. Okay, and when I say that, that's the thing to love about it, but that's also the thing many are going to hate about it, right? And the things that you hate about it are probably the things that I loved about it, right? And that a lot of people are going to be in that spot, right? Very specifically, because I know you got up to this point, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Matt Cardona Janela match.
Well,
first of all,
first I want to make some general comments on
general comments on
what
the show.
I've seen of the show so far.
Okay.
I get what they're trying to do. But they're trying to recapture the ECW vibe. It's very very clear, very obvious.
And they were in the Hammerstein, so
There was a lot of vibes about it.
Yeah.
Um,
they just leaned into it, and
of
that's
course.
okay.
And I was someone who stayed up until 3 a.m. to watch ECW on the MSG network.
Sure.
I've gone to ECW pay-per-views in Poughkeepsie and all that stuff. Like, I was an ECW kid, but I don't even know if at 17 I would like this show. and I'll tell you why. Tell you why. There's a very specific reason. It has nothing to do with the talent. It has nothing to do with the in-ring talent. The in-ring talent, not every match is going to be stellar. There's going to be some botches, obviously. That's fine. What bothers me most, and this is the very glaring difference between ECW and GCW, the commentary.
Okay.
My God, I wanted to mute the fucking show.
Now, Prazak's great.
Prazak is great.
Prazak is amazing.
If it was just Prazak, just Prazak, it'd be a great show.
And there were a lot of people, and I don't know all the voices. The one voice I do know is Kevin Gill, because I'm very familiar, because I've been at shows for JCW Gathering of Juggalos where he does the live to the audience commentary.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. I like Kevin Gill. I don't believe Kevin Gill is the person to always be the commentator on some, and they switched things up. Like when Kevin Gill was a commentator for Effie's Big Gay Brunch, yeah, wrong vibe, not what I wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know her name. I know I saw her retweeted, but the I'm presuming crossdresser that was on commentary that I saw on pre-show. I wish that's who represented, and maybe they did. I don't know. Again, I don't know the voices on that one. It's just I just feel like his jokes fell flat, especially on the Effie show, and on something big like this. I think he fits better than that. But I understand, like, that was part of the collective. That's all GCW, so that's he's going to be part of that, right? And so I understand the whys and stuff, and I don't mean, like, I'm not entirely get Kevin the fuck out of there. But
I mean, I am honestly. No.
Yeah. I understand.
Entire enjoyment.
And I believe that's a lot of people's biggest gripe is Kevin, unfortunately.
Like, if he's doing commentary for the live crowd, and they're reacting to that as well, and that is one thing. That is one thing entirely. That's a completely different ball of wax. If that was the case, I wouldn't like it. But I'd be fine with it because he's also doing it to hype up the in-ring.
There's no crowd. Joey Styles to pull it together.
Exactly.
That's what you're missing. That is exactly what GCW is
because
missing.
Joey Styles had a level of decorum to him in the midst of all this chaos. Like, and when you had someone with Joey Styles, it was Gertner. Gertner was a South Park Muppet.
Like, he was. Like, he is.
That's what he is.
Dirty Avenue Q.
But he wasn't dirty on commentary. He was suggestive on commentary. He never cursed.
A suggestive Muppet.
No, but Sorg, he never cursed on commentary.
No,
cursing on commentary should never be a thing. Because I'm sorry, it doesn't have the effect. The reason you say cursing. The reason you curse is to get a rise out of someone.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not interacting directly with the person you're trying to get a rise out of, it has no effect at all. Now, that's why I'm saying if he was doing live commentary for the crowd, and Matt Cardona comes out of "Fuck you, Mick Foley," and he goes, "Oh my God, what the fuck are you doing, Cardona?" That's fine. You're doing a promo for the crowd, and they're going to react and boo.
And again, that works very well at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Of course.
For this crowd that's on plenty of substances.
Yes, absolutely.
That is on a certain vibe. And I think that's it's a time and a place.
Absolutely. But now, for a pay-per-view audience, for someone who's sitting at his computer watching on Fight TV at 2 a.m, I don't need to hear someone screaming cocksucker
Mhm.
I don't
But
need
again,
to hear that.
Like, but this is the and you don't like it, but this is the intended vibe that they do. Okay, this is GCW, and we can say that we don't like it if that's the case. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. Now, also, with some notes here in the chat room on commentaries because I was really bad with the names. Kevin Gill, as we mentioned, Lenny Leonard was on there too.
Mhm.
Also good from the ones I knew he was on. Um,
And
Ian
Riccaboni.
Ian Riccaboni of
Riccaboni's
Ring of
great.
Honor, of course.
Love Riccaboni. He's great.
Pollo Del Mar is the one I was talking about, and don't know much about them or anything. And you know, I just
Okay.
rather than Kevin Gill, I just felt the FE show didn't have was not well represented on commentary, I guess, or had the right vibe, or knew enough about everything. Because there was a lot of like it. You could tell the commentary didn't know certain things about the culture to explain it to me that doesn't know the culture, right? And that's what
Yeah.
I was looking for a show like that. So
Yeah, I'm
not
surprised. I'm surprised they wouldn't have had like
it
some
just
kind of
feel
representative on the commentary.
right, and I think they did. I don't know who was partnered with them. I'm sure Effie dropped in there or something too, but you know, but there wasn't a praise act. There wasn't a Joe Nebraski type person. There wasn't a Rich Pacini kind of person that kind of pulled it together. You know, I mean, because those people, all three of those people, I'm always amazed, especially Joe. Like Joe will tell you the entire history of a person in like 2 sentences, and it's just like always just blows my mind when that happens. Um, so you know that kind of like Mike Tenay style when he's telling us about luchadors in WCW, but it was just fantastic. Also, I hope I'm saying the right name. Pollo Demar
Yeah.
mainly does GCW LA fights, so that's where they come from. And if I'm misspeaking on any of this, I apologize. Again, I'm educating I'm new to GCW and most of this, other than just what I'm getting social media and from my buddies that do production over there. So yeah, so it was a big kind of like, and also I went back and watched the aftermath show, and Mike, I know you have we have a chair account for the show, so we can all make sure we're on the same page, and I would encourage you, Mike, to actually comparatively look at the aftermath show, because I feel like that is and again, these guys do all kinds of crazy concept shows. I think blood sports under them at spring break, so it's not all just a straight GCW wrestling show, right?
Yeah, but
uh,
honestly, it turned me off to the product.
Understandable, absolutely understandable.
It turned me off
And Mike,
completely to that
if you're
product.
turned off, you're not the audience.
Yeah.
So
No, I know.
these guys are not looking for a broad audience. They're looking for the people that want GCW.
It's a shame because the matches were pretty decent.
Well, Mike, we do the same thing with this show. I don't give a shit about if I wanted to be a wildly popular podcast. I mean, I want to, but if I wanted to be one that had a million, had a million viewers and all this kind of stuff, like I would do specific things that I don't want to do. Okay, and that's GCW. That's when you look at a company like that, right? They're doing specific things that they want to do that represent their brand and their concepts. And if you don't like it, that's okay. There's plenty of people that obviously do like it and are going to drop $25 a pop. The numbers sound like they're crazy for an indie company, from what I understand, for these kinds of pay-per-views. And they were on pay-per-view. So so they probably did well. Plus they sold out Hammerstein, of course. Which I also wondered, because I'm looking at the layout, and Mike, I'm remembering when we were there.
Oh, that's a different ballroom.
No, that's the room we were in.
Okay, when they must have renovated it then.
When we were at Final Battle, it seemed more open, right?
Yeah.
So like I think it's the setup. They might be some
renovations. No, because there's different ballrooms that are open in the Hammerstein.
Okay.
Different rooms. So I thought that was a different room. I thought that was the main room that ECW used to run, because that wasn't where we saw Ring of Honor.
I swear that's where we saw Ring of Honor.
Pretty sure it's not.
We're gonna work on we're gonna do that. I'm pretty this looked like and felt like the same room that we were in. But anyways, it was Final Battle like 2007, I think. So but anyway, but yeah, so it seemed like it was a wider open thing, but also like the angles, like there was some stuff that Mike used on that were just nuts, and they got some pretty good hookups on some cameras and jib cranes and everything like that, and it was really cool, really cool. Cardona and Janela.
It was interesting.
When I got to that, I'm like, my God, this match is like, I think I called it a beautiful mess because
it's a hot mess.
It is. Thank you. It's a hot mess, and then I realized, like, listen, this is a fucking mess. This is overbooked. This is crazy. There's a lot of stupid shit in this match.
It was a podcast segment.
Right.
No, I mean, honestly, that's what it was.
But it was completely on purpose. Like, hey, this is going to be a lot. This is going to be too much for a match. We know this is too much for a match. Look at the people involved. This is fucking too much for a match. But guess what? This is exactly what ECW used to do. Like, there were like 5 swerves in this damn match. You had Hornswoggle. I don't know who the big dude was that almost killed Hornswoggle with a swanton. A springboard, a springboard moonsault. Yeah. You had somebody that I didn't know come out. We don't announce who he is. We're expected to know who he is, and that is one of the commentary misgivings that I agree.
No, that was Smart Mark Sterling.
Oh, it was Smart Mark. I'm thinking later there was a guy that came out with like Nick Gage, and I'm like, I've seen some.
Oh, Mance Warner.
No. I know Mance. I work. I know Mance.
Okay, I had no clue who Mance
I know Mance very well from working Conquest down in West Virginia.
Okay, I had no idea who he was.
He is just amazing, and he loves WCW, and like his.
I could tell.
He is wonderful. They'll bring WCW flags, like the big wall hangings, and he'll just go like, yeah, man, fucking WCW on his entrance. And also, they didn't do the song completely, but they'll play the entirety of somebody help me with the song. It's something kind of man. Something kind of man. But it's one of those, you're going to sit there for an entire minute and a half of everybody holding up lighters. I saw this first at AIW up at the Odeon in Cleveland. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening with this guy? And then got to work with him. Everybody's holding up lighters. Simple kind of man. And they're singing like the entire first verse of this before he even walks out. It's beautiful. And it's like the old Spider Nate Webb Wheatus thing almost. But it's just one of those wonderful indie things that I'm sure like came from the AIWs and the GCWs of the things, right? But anyways, so wait, I didn't even get to all the things. So like Smart Mark.
Yeah, Cardona came out to enter Sandman.
Yeah, he came out to enter
Sandman. Yes. Chelsea was wearing Zack Ryder's old trunks from ECW.
Oh, I didn't realize. I was wondering what those were.
Yeah. She was wearing the ECW one-legged tights that he had when he debuted.
Also, side note, because Tina's agreeing on Mance Warner. If you get an indie show there, Mike, that has Mance Warner on there, I encourage you to please go see him in person.
Okay. Also, speaking of indie shows that are in my area, apparently there was a show where a few people had to drop out, so they got Mox.
Was that NEW?
NEW,
because I saw the the GoPro guys were apparently doing production on that, and like the venue looked bonkers and huge. So, but anyway, so hold on.
Oh, it's not huge.
It's not.
Place is
okay.
That place
it was a wonderful angle. Hold on a second.
Yes, that place is not huge at all.
Hold on. Okay. Oh, good. I had like 2 calories left on my rings for the day, and it's almost midnight here, so I had to make sure I'm going to just run in place real quick. Anyways. One of these times I'm not going to make it. I'm going to just like run around the room in the middle of the show at like 11:55. If we were in the studio, I'd just put it on the wide camera and just see me do laps around the table and the green screen. Anyways, so oh god, I'm so fucking excited about wrestling. Even the show that we're like So he did that. So Sterling comes out and is like, and they play. And I love like. Somebody's getting fucking sued here because they play Vince McMahon's music. A guy comes out with a Vince McMahon like rubber mask on, and he pull it off, and it's Virgil. Because I can't escape my first GCW that I watched live, and fucking Virgil's here too. I can't get away from him in person or on pay-per-view. What the fuck? First WrestleRex. Hey, we're gonna start with Virgil. That's the first thing we're gonna do. And I'm like. Good fucking luck, dude.
Sorg, to be fair, he's the cheapest NWO member you can find.
Yes, he is. He is.
I mean, what was it? $50 on a hot dog?
No, you gotta get him some fucking meat sauce. Then we're not even done yet. there's a Chelsea turn,
Mm-hmm.
balls up Cardona, and then balls up Janela, and then
And
he's got a
Cardona's wearing a cup,
Cardona's wearing a protective
and
device.
Brian Myers impersonates Edge again.
I almost forgot about it. Yes,
He
the
impersonates
motorcycle
Edge
helmet
again. He
impersonates
impersonated
Edge.
Edge from One Night Stand. Like
Yes,
he impersonated
absolutely.
Edge from One Night Stand, and it was like as soon as I saw someone come out on a motorcycle, I'm like, oh, that's Brian Meyer
So
being an Edgehead again.
Cardona wins. Cardona wins,
And they didn't riot, so
and they
honestly,
did not
you're
riot.
all fucking liars there.
That's right, especially
You're all fucking liars.
because you have fucking rioted before GCW. We know
Yeah,
what you've done,
exactly.
GCW. We have the internets. And then for reasons, X Pac comes out to get this. Joe Dombrowski will be proud. It was the Run DMC version of the fucking theme song.
The king of rock, who can be my hobby and job, and when I come and bring the records on the sucker. Yeah,
I text him when that happened.
Honestly, X Pac looked great.
He does. Oh yeah, he's in great shape.
He looked phenomenal. Sorg, it wouldn't shock me if we saw him on Saturday.
What, X Pac? Oh yeah,
in the Rumble, easily.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be. I'm hoping the Rumble is just gonna be bonkers for surprises. Like I hope this is the most.
Well, I wouldn't hope that much. They've already announced like 20 people in the men's Rumble.
Well, all you need are 5 big ones.
That's true.
To make that fun. That's true. Come on.
Technically, all you need are 3 really big ones.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I mean, I think that illustrates it. But then you get into like actual matches. You had Alley Cat and Ruby Soho, which was pretty good.
That was lovely. I like the story of that. Where
you did see that one?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, where Allie was like, "This is who I've wanted to wrestle. This is who I've looked up to." It was a great match.
Absolutely.
That was the first time I was seeing Allie catch match. She was great.
Oh yeah, and Allie's one that's been around here in Pittsburgh. I've worked shows and watched shows with her on several times, and just fantastic stuff. I think there's a good her and Ziggy match from a bit ago from the Springdale Rise show, IndyWrestling.us. Yeah, so that was great. Mox and Homicide was really good. I know you gotta get to that one. And then of course the unfortunate thing, and you probably heard about this, Mike. The Briscoes, and the surprise was Matt Tremont and Nick Gage. Of course.
I don't know who Matt Tremont is.
We've interviewed him on the show. He's a hardcore legend, longtime hardcore legend, deathmatch legend.
Okay.
You've heard of him.
Okay,
people have been, especially lately, because I forget if he had an injury or something recently that he'd been contending with, or had something big happen with him. We didn't even talk about Effie and Jeff Jarrett.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. That's why.
So, all right, we'll leave you on that. But the end of the show, the match was obviously cut short, because this was on pay-per-view. And I think one of the probably Jay Briscoe, or I think I saw, was like, "Fuck pay-per-view time constraints" or something. So, but again, it was very, it was very CW. It was very indie. So, times are going to be all over the place.
I saw a lot of people being really disappointed that the surprise team wasn't FTR.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were right. They had expectations, but also like Nick Gage was all over the promos and was not announced for anything. So, I mean, you got to take that in.
Yeah, but
a little bit of account.
But like, are they even a team? Nick Gage and Matt Tremont?
I have no knowledge of their history.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna tease, especially for your main event, like over your world title, do you
know who the team was before them?
No.
Before the Briscoes, they won it from Matt Justice and Mance Warner, who are going by. I mean, I think they were a put together team, and I think most of these teams are put together teams with GCW. I don't know the entire history, but I mean, this is it's kind of a very indie thing. Hey man, I just watched Gory and Justin Idol win the RWA tag belts from Saturday, so But anyways,
yeah, but like, I don't know. It just seems, again, this is someone who doesn't know the history of the company. Like,
No,
if you're teasing a major tag team for your main event, and the Briscoes have been taunting Girls Destiny FTR, like it should be an actual tag team. I get it.
Yes.
I get the whole thing, but don't make that your main event then.
But anyways,
yeah,
I think you go with like the GCW main faithful the crowd. You saw the reaction. When you get to it, there's a mosh pit that happens.
Yeah, I mean it's Nick Gage, of course, because it's Nick Gage.
Yes. So that is what that is. But yeah, so they're talking about Tina saying it was kind of disappointed that the GCW mainstays, a lot of them didn't win against some of the people brought in, things like that. I kept seeing a lot of missed opportunity tweets and things like that. But I think the opportunity was made that they did the show, they did it their way, they did it in Hammerstein, and the production was, bigger and better than 90% of indie wrestling out there. So like I think GCW showed up on what they can do for the most part, with a couple glaring exceptions, but kind of that indie experience. We need to get Sorg back to Portland in May. Oh God, where am I in May?
That's when Maki Ito is going to be important.
And that's Defy. I didn't realize. I'm talking to Rich Bocchini after the show. I think I'm finally saying his name right. And I didn't realize he did Defy. And I try not to bring up my utter glee that Maki Ito is going to be there. I held my tongue on that, Rich, because I'm just trying to be professional. But anyways, because I do a podcast in my Deadpool PJs. But anyways,
hashtag Sympatron.
Where was I with that? But anyways, yeah, no, absolutely. Where am I in May? I just did my schedule for May. I don't think I'm going to West Coast. I'm going to LA in April, actually, week after WrestleMania. And I think that's it, unfortunately. That's all I get to see you until Arizona in October. I'm okay with going to the desert when the weather sucks here, by the way, in October. But anywho, Warrior. Mike, geez, I need to share that with you too. You got to see this Warrior show. Mike, I didn't realize until, because we did the pre-production meeting on this thing. And if you check it out, just look at Warrior Wrestling's Twitter account. There's plenty of clips on there and fan videos and stuff from the pay-per-view we did and everything. That show was in an esports arena, Mike. And this esports arena, as I found, because we actually did have some internet complications that we had to work through with the staff, and they're like, yeah, it's city internet. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we're downtown South Bend. South Bend's the home of Notre Dame, for those that don't know. That's why, if you're familiar with Mayor Pete Buttigieg of politics, known in the politics, he is the mayor was the mayor of South Bend before whatever. I don't know where he is now. Is he on a cabinet or something? I don't know. Fuck that. But it's an esports arena, and if you've seen pictures, I know you had to seen at least the picture of the production and stuff. How it's like this bowl with seats. They're the most comfy fucking theater seats that you've ever sat in. And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, and Black Label Pro's done shows there, because I'm like, what does it look like with wrestling? How did they position things? And they sent me some clips and pictures. And something else had Worlds Collide show was there apparently. So they've had a bit of wrestling there. Somebody's saying, I think Prestige Wrestling, or you're saying that's what you need to go to out there in Portland. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'm like, what is this? Like, there's no stage. There's just, it goes down, and there's like kind of a raised thing. It looks partially like a little bit of the raised thing, like at Hog Wild where they set the ring on or something. It was like perfect size to put a ring, by the way. And I said, esports arena. That makes so much sense. The coolest venue. There was no guardrails. Like the first match was, what the hell was the first match? It was Silas
Young versus Davey Bang.
Davey Bang. And Mike, have I told you about Davey Bang before?
You have not.
You need to find out about Davey Bang, and you need to watch this damn match, because this is Davey Bang showing up. My videographer Jen Doe was like, that's my classmate. Real young. I think he might be a first year in the business kid. And he comes out, he's Davey Bang, and he comes out drinking a Bang energy drink. Are you not sold?
I mean, not really.
Trust me, just go with it here.
I don't drink Bang energy drinks.
I don't anymore either. I try not to drink any energy drinks. But I did appreciate the Bang energy drink, and it's a very, very indie wrestling. I cannot tell you the last time I went to an indie wrestling show that there were not scores of Bang energy drinks.
Trust me, I see Ziggy constantly trying to get sponsored by Bang.
I did before COVID, or a little bit into COVID. I was helping a former what show was she on? She was a kid on Dance Moms, and we were doing Bang Energy promotional videos for Instagram. So I am very familiar with Bang Energy drink, right? Sorg's Glee is showing. It's hilarious. So, and shout outs to Mikey from oh god, was it Future Stars Wrestling Vegas and Jen Doe, of course. No, it was really cool to work with this. It was a lot to kind of figure out how we're going to set the show up. But it just looked incredible. It was so much fun, such a great crew. The Lucha match, our friend of the show, Sam Adonis, won the Lucha Championship from Aramis. Mike, have you heard of Drago Kid?
Vaguely. He's in MLW too, right?
I don't think I've seen him in MLW that I'm aware of, but I'm not watching everything from MLW. I try, but I'm definitely not fully. It's probably been on most recent episodes that they did down in Tijuana.
Okay, it doesn't look like he looks like a strictly Lucha guy.
It is like it's if Drago had a kid, and they're like, who let this child in the ring, and where did he get a Drago mask, and why is he climbing on that wall? What is he going to do? You're just like, what is this kid doing? Somebody check on this kid. And I don't know. There was like 5 or 6 people in this match, and it was absolutely bonkers. Main event, of course, was Brian Cage. I want to say Jason Cage. It's somebody else. I think it's a Pittsburgh guy. Brian Cage and Will Ospreay, which was fucking phenomenal. I think, again, you've probably seen the tweets about, like, Ospreay saying, and everybody else on Twitter saying, why isn't this guy on TV every week?
I wouldn't. Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to be showing up somewhere else fairly soon.
Anywhere else, I think it's under contract still, but it's just like there's plenty of places. I'm like, man, for him, I don't care if he goes to New Japan. I think he'd be great over there. I think he'd do tremendous over there with some of those guys. I'd love to
I wouldn't mind seeing him and Josh Alexander again.
Right. Oh man, if he went through there and through that crop of Impact Wrestling that's out there these days, because God, talk about somebody. But geez, here's the problem, Mike, and I keep saying this. I do these shows, and I literally can't remember half the stuff. Mil Muertes and Beastman.
We tried to warn him about this.
Beastman did not fare so well.
We tried to warn him.
I think Mil Muertes spit blood on one of my cameramen, and I think his soul is gone. That
sounds accurate.
Yeah. So, Alex Zane and Filthy Tom Lawler, amazing. Went to Mike. When's the last time the double count that happens when both guys are down? When's the last time you see
Alex Zane says here Anthony Henry.
Anthony Henry. God, I'm sorry. I think Alex Zane was on the GCW show. Anthony Henry, excuse me, who also I think had a NXT name change at some point too. If I'm not, yeah, he was. He was something on NXT.
It was Asher Hale.
When's the last time when is any time you've seen a match end on the double count out spot, but the one guy didn't get up?
Oh, wow. It's been a hot minute.
How about that?
It's been a hot minute since I've seen that.
And then they end, they shake hands, and everybody's out to New Kids on the Block waving hands. Because that's what Tom Lawler came out to.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because they're both hanging tough, Mike.
God damn it!
It's so fucking good.
You had me sold, and then you unsold me on it.
It's hanging tough.
Oh, wow. I get it.
I heard a lot of that song that night. I think it came out the Bruce Springsteen the first time I saw him when like an American flag and everything, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? The guy on the headsets, the guy on my, the guy on my, he's got fucking Daisy Dukes on and shit. I was like, what the hell is happening here? And I think it's the first time I saw Tom Lawler. It was the first stadium show back in 2020. I think I did, one of them, and I've been a fan ever since. He's filthy, Mike. He's filthy and he's hanging tough.
That's what I've heard.
But absolutely bonkers. I say this every chance I get. I didn't know an indie promotion could be like this, and I mean about like what's happening in front of the cameras and what's happening behind. I have never been, and I work with great companies. I don't stick around shitty companies, guys. Like and for me to be driving to Chicago every month or South Bend or a couple of these other places that might be happening, like it's worthwhile. It's really cool. And it's I know that looked like that was the talk of Twitter on Saturday night, was what was going down in South Bend, and that was their first show, Mike, outside of Chicago. This is a charity show started at a Catholic high school, and they're on the road for the first time. Also, my first time working in Indiana. Also, nobody knew what time it was because time zones.
Yeah, isn't Indiana one of those states where it's like
partially
certain counties have certain time zones?
You basically flip over to Central about an hour before Chicago, and Chicago's right on the line of Indiana. But so many people, like I heard somebody talking about, somebody came from Florida, landed in Chicago, and then drove to South Bend.
Jesus.
So you flew into a time zone and then back out of the same time zone to where you were.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, wait, what time is the show start?
You realized the first time I flew to Pittsburgh, that's what I did.
Oh, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Did I not tell you this?
Well, I know Rich did, because Rich came from Dallas for I don't know which airport, because there was an airport at South Bend, but not everybody could get there, because obviously not a bigger one, and he was just like, I don't know what hour it is, from Dallas, because I think Dallas is still central, but anyways, yeah. So I'm scheduling something for Arizona people for a podcast later this week, and I was like, so what time is it there now? Because you change. Because remember, I was there for 3 days last year before I realized what time it actually was. Back home, because apparently I was through in different times of the year with daylight savings. But always fantastic. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else worth talking about there. Evil Kylie Ray.
I saw the gift of Evil Kylie Ray.
It was the match of the couples, because I did not know Sky Blue and Dante Martin were a thing. In fact, I saw a still from something we shot of them kissing at the beginning of the match, and I'm like, how did I not notice that? I was directing. And then they said Ted on camera, because she was teaming with something Iglesias, I think it was. I'm probably getting that wrong, but I guess they're engaged or something too. So, but yeah, that was almost disturbing to see Evil Kylie on there. But and God, there's so much good stuff on that show. But definitely worthwhile. It's on Fight. It'll be on IndyWrestling.us within, I think, the month we put it up, and it's going to be on High Spots as well. So definitely worthwhile. We'll be going back in Cicero Stadium, which is in the northern part of Chicago. We're usually in the southern part. That I saw Veda Scott's already on there. Lindsay Dorado is on the show, replacing Aramis.
Kitty Cat Man.
Kitty Cat Man. God, I'm gonna say that out loud sometime at the show, like on the headsets or something, and somebody's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" I hope I'm close to the commentators who like just fucking blow them up. But really good stuff. And again, shout outs to the South Bend Bendix Arena was where this was. I've said this a few times, but I'm just there was a problem. There was a major problem before the show, and between just a city level internet problem, let's say. And mind you, this is an esports arena, so that's not just a problem for us. And between the staff that work there, and I know they're very limited in capacity, what they could do on a Saturday with city support. And of course the crew over at Fight as well helped work through the problem. We got to deliver the show. So really glad that happened, and it looked like there weren't a lot of problems out there with the way we delivered the show and everything too. So that was really cool that everybody kind of came together to make that happen. So I really appreciate that. And made what could have been a rough night go so smooth, and always with the crew out there. So all right, have I hit enough wrestling glee for the night, Mike?
I mean, I think so.
Do you have any questions about the Warrior Wrestling show or anybody I might have encountered in this?
I have a lot of questions. I don't think I need any of them answered though.
Okay, at least not on there.
Yeah.
No, I won't tell you what Beastman smells like. But Beastman debuted his new gear. Have you seen this with the tusks?
I have not.
Oh, go look at his account. Actually,
Okay.
Please go to Beastman Husk on Twitter real quick. I'm sure it's one of the latest tweets over the last couple of days. I just want your live reaction. If you're out there in audio, not driving, unless you're driving, don't do this later. Just make a mental note for yourself or ask Siri to do it. But go over there. He debuted. He retired the bear. I got to film.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So he had the bear.
He looks like. Hold on. No, I'm gonna. It looks like Simba and Nala should be frolicking over him as they're attacked by hyenas. An elephant graveyard.
Okay.
An elephant graveyard.
He retired the bear outfit, laid it in the middle of the ring, and we got a shot of it at Conquest a week ago, or the week before, I guess, the Friday before. And he debuted it at this show against Mills. So,
okay.
Also, I saw Ricky Banderas there at the show, and I never saw him on the card. That was really weird.
I don't know.
Putting it out there. But at least Mills Marquez showed up. Anyways, Mike, tomorrow we have referee George Ross on the show with us.
Excellent.
He, of course, I'm sure I think he's going to tell us about a area. I think that's what he's been telling me about, and he's involved. And actually, he was involved in RWA this past weekend, so we'll probably talk a little bit about that. It was the RWA 13th anniversary. I am literally trying to finish it tonight so I can get up on VOD and everything tomorrow. So there's that. And then it's the road to 800. We do have at least a special guest coming in for 800. Actually, a special guest that demanded he be there.
Oh God, is it who I think it is?
It's probably not who you think it is.
Okay,
but you're very familiar with this person.
Because I can only think of someone who would demand to be there for the 800th show.
I don't think it's who you're thinking, because you don't know this person like I know this person.
Fair enough. Okay.
That is
fair enough.
But anyways, I'll get your thing after the show. But thank you everybody that's joining us. Thank you everybody that's been hanging out in the chat room with us in this extended edition. God, I'm not getting any sleep tonight. Of the Monday Mayhem Warriors live from my home gaming studio place where I watch wrestles. From me, Mad Mike, and the Stoke Monkey. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out. Please stay tuned.